Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And yesterday we talked about League play not living up to the expectations that we had for it here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. But yesterday, 24 hours or so after release, Treyarch do come out and say, look, we have, well, obviously not had the ideal rule set when League play did first launch, introducing a number of new restrictions into play, which I think for a lot of people has made it a lot more fun to play. If Treyarch keep going down this direction of leveling up League play, we actually might have a great system in a couple of months' time with any luck. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you were new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, from some of the pro teams, the final pro teams to announce their jerseys for the upcoming season. This is the OpTic Chicago one, as you can see right here, the official 2021 player kit. Then the Dallas Empire did one as well. Honestly, the video they did for this was really funny, especially, it wasn't really funny, it was actually particularly well done, but I just thought it was funny that the fact that, Hastra and the guys have always talked about how 100 Thieves, and not really always talked about it, but you know, there was the drama there between him saying that they're just a hoodie org and they're just a merchandise org and everything, and if you want to win, you want to support Envy, whereas actually they do one of the best jobs in doing this merch reveal, I would say, with, all nice editing and stuff like this, and ILLey looking good. There was a few images as well right here of the boys, so you've got FeLo in the back there, Substitute, of course, Rambo Ray, Shotzzy, Huke, ILLey in the hoodie. He loves having the hoodie up, as you saw at the, the Minnesota launch weekend last time around, and this image honestly goes pretty hard with Huke right here in the throne. So yeah, pretty cool stuff overall. This is what their merch is going to look like for the season. I don't think the LA Thieves one and the OpTic ones are available quite yet, but the Los Angeles Thieves have this one as well. The hoodie's actually kind of nice, but it may be a little bit more basic than maybe we would have expected to see from Los Angeles Thieves right here. And as Crone says, final three teams have announced their player kits today. Empire is available right here. I'll leave all the relevant links down below. OpTic and Thieves are not yet available, will of course be coming in due course. So final merch announcements right there. And just along the same vein here, I thought this was funny for methods. My name is Crimsix and I am late for scrims every single day. So maybe a little bit of drama going on behind the scenes on the scrims side. So this I thought was interesting. Charlie Intel say this in a series of tweets. We looked at some of them yesterday. Vahn has acknowledged the community feedback that World War II's League play system is what fans want over Black Ops 2. This was kind of surprising to see this from Vahn because at the end of the day, I think a lot of us have known for quite a while that we would certainly prefer an ELO based system in the game. Even though a lot of people do gas up Black Ops 2's system, it was pretty clear that World War II was better fundamentally. And as he says right here, he's finally figured out that actually, oh, hang on a second, World War II was the fan favourite system, not Black Ops 2, which I guess if you're keeping really close eye on the community, you would probably have known that already, but it's interesting regardless, and it's good to know that maybe they are aware now, okay, this Black Ops 4 system wasn't really liked, but we had to do it maybe because of deadlines and accessibility and stuff like this, that Vahn talked about in a tweet we looked at yesterday, but now he's also saying, okay, even the Black Ops 2 system wasn't particularly well liked compared to a proper ELO system that we had in World War II, so at least given the fact that they are aware, maybe means that down the line it could be something that gets introduced into the game. They do make some significant step-ups, of course, yesterday in a new update, so new League play restrictions, we'll look at in a second. CDL preset class fix. I think there is some still other issues in the game around the Ghost perk right now, a few people were mentioning we'll have a look at, but this is what they introduced into the game. So suppressors are gone, Task Force Barrel is gone, especially on the AK-74U, that's where it's a real pain to deal with. Spatzner's RPK, some of the other barrels right here, the Tiger team actually, interestingly, on the sniper rifle, which makes the sniper very, very strong indeed. Flashlights are gone, armor, war machine, jammer, these were some of the real issues. Gung Ho as well, which is interesting, right? A perk that the pros aren't using. They've decided to get that out of the game as well. So a lot of things banned. This is definitely a step in the right direction, right? It's interesting because they're kind of, going with the pros GAs, but at the same time, I think that, the pros GAs are there for good reason to make the game more fun to play. And I think a lot of people were saying, especially things like the suppressors, the task force, the jammers, the fact that those are out of the game does make it a lot more of a fun experience to play. Good to see Treyarch certainly being very responsive very quickly here, and maybe if they are so responsive to some of these issues we saw, they might be considering bringing some sort of ELO system or some other step-ups to League play, which is of course not still in the ideal state, because I'd certainly like to see a situation where it actually makes sense what rank you get, and also the way the matchmaking works, right? Right now you're getting matched up against people who aren't even in the same league as you. It's pretty strange that if you want a skill-based matchmaked game, you should probably go into public matches, but if you just want to play against random kids, then League play is the way to go. It's just, it's not ideal, and I'm sure they can have some step-ups over time, but good to see certainly some responsivity. These are now all the bans. The attachments bans are so long, they even, well, they come out of the box right here, and maybe there is more to come, who really knows, if the pros decide to get rid of something else. There was some concerns about this, like, Lawbreaker whole Ghost situation, that you couldn't get rid of it. Supposedly there's a perk greed issue with Ghost, but an issue that is being resolved relatively soon indeed. If that was affecting you guys, apparently a fix is indeed on the way. SpinnerSense, what's quite interesting, he of course works over at the COD League for player relations and such, and he says, enjoyed League play last night, but we'll definitely be working to update some of the rules in the playlist. So of course, well, some of the things have already changed. Maybe he wants to change even more things and work with the Treyarch guys to make that happen. I'm sure, well, he has decent connections with Matt Sconson, Tony Flame and those guys over at the Treyarch team. So definitely seems like some steps in the right direction here. Of course, the League play system is not ideal by any means. We were hoping this year with Treyarch, and next year we don't know if it's going to be Sledgehammer. Apparently it is going to be Sledgehammer, but Infinity Ward is just around the corner as well. And when Infinity Ward comes back, we may lose a lot of the touch points with the competitive scene, and we were hoping to be able to make the most of this year's Treyarch game, and the fact that League play isn't quite there is, well, making it difficult to do so, but maybe the actual season itself will be very good indeed. Thought this was interesting as well, talking about League play ranks, as Chrome says, pro player League play ranks. This is where some of the players are. You've got Scump, you've got Karma, you've got DiamondCon and myself in the Master Division, then you've got a number of players in Elite, Octane, Arcitys, Simp, Scramps, John Waskin, Fire and CleanX, Expert is Cheeto, Competitor is Awakening. So yeah, pretty entertaining. We looked at that Awakening tweet yesterday. He had the 10KD and still got put into Competitor regardless. So I think like he won all his matches, or won most of his matches. I don't really know. I think Assault also says he gets added to Competitor as well. So this is the kind of how it works right here. So Awakening clearly in the bottom 50% of all Call of Duty players. And well, as Mutineers say, time to re-download the Cronus. Sorry, he just isn't as good as he thinks. This is a hilarious tweet from Vonderhaar, which people were kind of taking the mick out of. I could not say this without digging in deep. Effectively, he was replying to a thread saying that, you know, okay, the ranks are messed up. You're not putting us where we deserve to be ranked. People who are awful are getting put into Masters. People who are really good are getting put into Competitor. Like, what's going on here? The ranking system doesn't make any sense. But he's saying, look, 50% of the people are going to land in Competitor. Everyone thinks they're better than they are and deserves a higher placement than they get. One of my worst nightmares is having to say, sorry, you just are not as good as you think. So Vonderhaar saying, look, our system actually isn't too bad. You're just getting put where you deserve to get put. Effectively saying that, look, Awakening, you're not as good as you think, lad. You're actually in the bottom 50%. You're actually down there in Competitor. And then this hilarious reply from Mage Midnight right here, which has become a bit of a copy pasta. I get the lols here, and no pro should be a competitor, but what if Vahn has a point? So many of these dudes, I guess he means the pros, have just been assumed top tier pros, while a decade of prepubescence came up with current movement styles and stronger competition. Is the CDL really the best of the best? Kind of, well, say that, okay, maybe Awakening does actually deserve competitor down there at the bottom. I don't really know. It's just well, an entertaining tweet thread back and forth, certainly. Interestingly, also yesterday was the first day of the Call of Duty Challengers Elite. So it started in the European region at 3 PM Eastern Time, then at 8 PM Eastern Time, the North American region started. And this is going to be going on a lot, so it's going to be certainly good to tune into. It was entertaining to watch for a time that I got to be able to last night, and I believe everything like the VODs and such will go up on the Call of Duty Challengers channel. So certainly a massive step in the right direction for Challengers support last night. These were the results of it. If you guys are, well, familiar with some of these teams, just thought I'd bring it up on screen real quick if you have a particular favourite team that you guys are keeping your eyes on, and to see how they did on the Elite Series Day 1. Effectively, they play, I'm pretty sure, a single round robin between all the teams in the region. So there's 8 teams in Europe, 8 teams in North America. They'll play like every team over the course of a couple of weeks or something, and then based on that, they'll then get seeded into a playoffs kind of thing, pretty similar to what we have on the Pro League side. The top 4 teams will stay into Elite Series Stage 2, and then the bottom 4 teams will go down to an elimination gauntlet with another 16 teams to try and get in and qualify once again. This I thought was interesting from Crone. Spot the CDL player, that being, of course, Hydra on this squad right here, 39 in 24. He was definitely tearing it up. Of course, I had not necessarily got the hill time to boot, but certainly putting on some numbers in this Challengers Elite Series, and well, who knows how long it will be potentially until he gets out to the States. But New York apparently were looking relatively good last night in scrims. We'll talk about that a little bit later today. And well, if Hydra joins their team as well, we could certainly have a team on our hands to deal with for the upcoming season. Dave wasn't too convinced with the whole situation, saying, look, they gave us an official Challenger stream for the Elite League, but only 2 games out of the 8 on the official Challenger stream for both NA and EU. Am I missing something here? Saying that, okay, in an ideal world, they should be streaming all of the games, but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think it's exactly the end of the world, and well, certainly a step in the right direction. I suppose, speaking of the Challenger side and players that aren't quite in the Challengers League as of yet, as Center says, Drazah, host 8 is fun. Doug dropping 64 eliminations for the boys in this one to take the victory, 7,000 600 damage. So yeah, Doug absolutely frying on the main stage up against this Tay guy actually. So Tay, Glory, Mohawk and Mosh. Of course, Tay on that Z team, Team Z, that qualified for the Challengers Elite as well just a couple of days ago, and I believe they went 1-1 in their matchups last night. This I thought was interesting from Courage, just to finish off the video. Really, man, it's insane the potential Call of Duty has if it had a gripping ranked system with awesome rewards. This is one of the things about League Play, really. We talked about it on the Breaking Point podcast, which is going to be going live on the Breaking Point YouTube channel a little bit later today. But we talked about the fact that, look, having rewards in the game to actually play League Play, like we had back in World War II with the helmets, like we had back in Advanced Warfare with like the, you know, the exosuits that you could get for actually becoming like Grandmaster level or whatever it was in ranked play back in the day, having rewards like that actually makes people want to play. In this game, they've just put out a very base model which works in theory and ticks the boxes of what I guess they were required to do by Activision, saying, okay, you've got to make a League Play by the time the League Play launches, by the time the CDL launches at the start of February. So they were like, okay, we're going to do whatever we can to get it out in time, and that means not having well, things that I suppose we would like to see. But as Courage says, look, if you had a gripping ranked system with awesome rewards, Call of Duty and the CDL could do so much better than it is right now. And well, I was really hoping that this year would be the year where they managed to do that, but as I say, steps in the right directions that we have talked about so far today. Thought this was crazy as well from Waskin, enjoying ranked play, no scopes this first guy here on Raid, then gets a cheeky 4-piece with the sniper here in Hardpoint. This is why some people are saying you should have to use only the pro classes and not be allowed to just use snipers if you want to in Respawn, because well, in the hands of Waskin, it might be a little bit too strong. The 4-piece is absolutely disgusting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
I don't know if it's because his ego's through the roof or genuinely we are playing vegan sausage rolls.
Probably a bit both.
Yeah, true.
Multiple up on the front.
Oh! Get me off the game.